Hi everyone, welcome to Luis Cisneros YouTube channel, and today's polymer clay tutorial is how to make a monster phone holder, part 3. So in this episode we're gonna work on the nails, and they're gonna be for the back feet and the front feet. So we're gonna make these nails, and also we're gonna work on the gums inside the mouth and for the top and also the uvula. I use a little bit of white clay and a tiny piece of black just to create the color that I need for the nails, that is a light gray. Now we're gonna create two sets of nails. One is gonna be for the front feet and one is gonna be for the back feet. It's going to be exactly the same as the toes. Remember, in the middle one is the biggest, and then there's a second one, and the third one is the smallest. To make it more scary, I decided to create a claw instead of a nail, and the way that I created the nail is by starting with a cone shape, and then I started creating the curve that the claw has. I use my fingers just to shape it and created that like in a shape of a pyramid with a curve. And I use the needle tool just to create the lines on the top and on the bottom. Just make sure to create the sets identical, so that way you have the same shapes and the same size for the front feet and then from the back feet. Just a reminder, one set is going to be bigger since they're going to be used for the feet that are at the back. So those claws, they have to be bigger, and the ones for the front, they have to be smaller. And remember, you always work in pairs, so that way you have one set that is identical. To create the lines, I always start from the back to the middle ground, and then I start from the bottom to the middle ground, and then I continue the line. And I do exactly the same on both sides of the claw, and then at the bottom I do exactly the same. Just be really careful with your fingers to not alter the shape. You can use also your brush to be able to clean it after your finger marks are left, so try to clean those. And then when you finish all of them, you can bake them. So after they cool down, we can insert our claws into the gaps. Just remember, the one in the middle is the biggest, and then the one on the inside are the second biggest, and then on the outside are the smallest. We're gonna use the stylus just to close the gap between the claw and the nail, and don't forget to also texturize. Then we're gonna start using our pink clay that we use for the inside mouth. And the way that we're gonna work this is like a large tube, so we can create the gums from the top and from the bottom. So just a reminder, you work in a set of 4, so they're gonna be the same size. You use the same size of amount of clay, and then we create the gum. So I start by creating this tube, and I just create the curve. I compare one to another one, and I put it where I want my teeth to be. So with the smallest tool that I have, the smallest stylus, I'm gonna start blending in just really carefully without affecting so much the shape of the tube. But then I'm gonna separate the 3 gums that I'm gonna have. So I'm gonna have in each side 3 teeth. I use the middle ball stylus just to create the gap where our teeth are going to be inserted. And I continue between the 2 of them to shape the gums. So just a reminder, the gums, they have to be smooth and they have to be really in the shape of round gum. So because they take out of the seam of the teeth. Make sure to blend correctly and to separate between the gums, and also to create the gap where we're going to insert our teeth big enough so we can insert. I add more clay, especially in the insides, since I want to create the shape of the gum that blends better. And at the end, just to smooth things, I use the brush, so that way there is no many texture and no many gaps. And again, don't forget, you can add more just to smooth out and get the shape that you want. Then we do exactly the same at the other three parts. I use the smallest stylus just to create the three different gums, and then the big stylus just to create the hole inside the gum, then the brush just to clean it. I add to the base of the gums a little bit more clay so it has a smoother transition and also more curve. And don't forget to use the small ball stylus just to reach between the gums. And don't forget to use the brush just to clean the gums so they don't have so much texture. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this series, and don't forget to subscribe if you would like to support this channel. And don't forget your comments and likes, and see you next Monday with the 4th episode of how to make a monster cell phone holder.